Welcome to Dark Truths, Religion Uncovered, a space where we explore the heart of belief, stripping away the superficial layers that often cloud discussions of spirituality. Tonight, we tackle a subtle but profound shift, the moment faith turned from a private dialogue with the divine into a performance for a public audience. In ancient times, faith was often a quiet and personal journey. Think of Abraham, Moses, and Elijah. Their most sacred experiences happened far from the public eye, in desolate deserts, quiet caves, and on lonely mountains. Abraham's faith grew in obscurity. Moses met God alone on Mount Sinai, and Elijah found solace in the wilderness, away from the crowds. The prophet's words may have been ignored at first, but that didn't make them less true. Faith wasn't measured by how many people saw it, but by its quiet endurance through hardship. Fast forward to today, and beliefs often seems to demand an audience. It's broadcasted, branded, and shared. Worship services can feel like visual spectacles. Prayers become social media updates, and faith is expressed through a specific language, posture, and affiliation. In this new dynamic, God becomes the audience, and the faithful becomes the performers. Belief shifts from a personal journey to a public spectacle. Now, this change can seem harmless. Many see public displays of faith as inspirational, but ancient wisdom warns us about this. As Jesus said, beware of practicing your righteousness before others to be seen by them. This wasn't a total ban on public faith, but a warning about how performance can corrupt our intentions. When belief needs validation from others, it risks losing its soul, becoming more about getting likes than connecting with God. Ancient faith was often secret for a reason. It protected its raw honesty. Prayer was a private conversation because God doesn't need witnesses to know our hearts are sincere. Sacrifice was a genuine and costly act that couldn't be faked. In contrast, modern expressions of faith sometimes seemed more focused on visibility than substance. Loud declarations can be mistaken for deep conviction, and public devotion can overshadow the quiet, faithful obedience that truly matters. We live in an era where spiritual language is an identity marker, and your spirituality is judged by how well you perform it. This performance creates a distortion. Believers might feel pressured to curate a perfect image of faith, hiding doubts, masking struggles, and sanitizing their pain. But ancient faith embraced raw authenticity. The Psalms are filled with anger, confusion, and desperation. Job argued with God and was praised for his unfiltered honesty. Modern faith often shies away from this, afraid it will ruin the show. We're expected to project victory, not vulnerability. But it's in that very vulnerability that deep, genuine belief is forged. A faith built for performance is fragile. It can't survive without an audience. When belief is an act designed for applause, it withers without recognition. Ancient faith, however, thrived in the shadows because it didn't depend on external validation. That's why so many people today experience spiritual burnout. The exhaustion of keeping up a performance that God never asked for takes its toll. It's not just hypocrisy. It's the weariness of maintaining a facade. Beneath the performance, real belief often struggles to breathe. Ancient wisdom repeatedly tells us that true encounters with the divine happen in secret, silent, and solitary moments. These are the spaces where the audience disappears, allowing for a pure connection with God. Modern spirituality often avoids these moments because they don't offer the validation we crave. But validation was never the goal of faith. Transformation is. The real work happens when faith is lived authentically, free from the need to be seen or approved. Tonight, we face a challenging but liberating truth. A faith designed for visibility will always be fragile, while a faith that seeks authenticity can withstand anything. A God who sees the heart doesn't need a performance. He desires honesty. So as we close, I leave you with this question, one that ancient belief would ask of us today. If no one was watching, no audience, no applause, and no recognition, what would be left in the quiet space between you and God? Thanks for tuning into Dark Truths, Religion Uncovered. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Has belief become a performance? Or is it still a genuine, lived experience for you? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the nature of faith.